Our first speaker of the evening is Mr. Bimal Patel. Dr. Patel has over 30 years of professional research and teaching experience in architecture, urban design, and urban planning. We are honored to have Mr. Bimal Patel to share his thoughts with us. Mr. Patel.
Friends, thank you very much. What I'm going to do is show you a presentation of the shape of downtown to come. It's going to tell you about how Ahmedabad is shaping its city center. So let me get on with it. Ahmedabad, you people from many different cities, some of you I don't know if are from Ahmedabad, but Ahmedabad is not as large as Bombay or Calcutta. It's 20 kilometers across, you can see. Its footprint is 300 square kilometers, and it has 5 million people there. Modern Ahmedabad city center is located there. You can see the city is divided by a river, and the city center is bang there in the middle. If you look at it in a satellite picture, you can see here this 1.25 square kilometer area is considered to be Ahmedabad city center. If you look at the history, well, of course, in 1866, there was nothing there. You can see this red shape there across the river. You had old Ahmedabad on the eastern side, and on the western side, there was nothing. Then a bridge was built, and the western side started developing. And here you can see an image from around 1950. In the first development plan of Ahmedabad, this place was marked as the sort of central commercial hub of the city, and like all Indian cities, it was given a low FSI of 1. If you look at the 87 plan, once again, it was marked as the commercial zone, but nothing much changed. In the 2002 plan, its FSI was increased a little bit, and it became, well, little more than what was earlier. Then something important happened in Ahmedabad. Some of you might have heard that the riverfront project was conceptualized and thought out. It started about 20 years ago, and we had a river like this passing through the middle of the city, and like Marine Drive in Mumbai, the two sides of the river bed was reclaimed to create a public space along the entire length, 11 kilometers length of the city. And this is after the work was finished. You got a sliver of land on both sides. That was the public realm for parks, gardens, various things. And today, if you go, this is what you would see in center of Ahmedabad. And it's already becoming a very important part of the life of Ahmedabad. These are pictures from 2-3 years ago, as you can see. Then Ahmedabad also started building its bus rapid transport network that you can see here. And now a metro is under construction. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because of this transportation network that is coming up. Within a few years, it will be possible for people on the outskirts of Ahmedabad to come to center of town within about 30-35 minutes. On account of this, the demand to build more floor space in the middle of the city is definitely going to intensify. It has already intensified, but it will become more. But you know, like all the cities, everybody complains that the city is already congested. How can you put in more space here? If you look at it on the ground, the city does seem congested. Visually, traffic-wise, pedestrians, everything seems to be a mess in all our cities. But are our cities really congested? If you look at it from the air, this is the center of Ahmedabad, but it hardly seems congested. It seems like there are more trees than there are buildings. If you look at cities of the world, such as this one, Chicago, well, that's what you would call well-built, dense center. Or if you look at San Francisco, the center of town has lots of tall buildings because it's needed there. Well, Ahmedabad certainly doesn't look like this. in the center of Ahmedabad, there are still small buildings like this. Even in places like Mumbai, Calcutta, there are small buildings like this. And the new buildings coming up are also pretty tiny and small. Ahmedabad city center, we all realized, like many Indian city centers, is not congested. It is just poorly planned. What is poorly planned here? First of all, the street network. These are all at the same scale. You can see on the left-hand side is Ahmedabad, and you can see New York, or you can see San Francisco, all of them at the same scale. You can see that New York and San Francisco have a lot of built density, but they also have a very nice grid of streets, which is what makes it possible to have a lot of density in the center. Ahmedabad doesn't have that grid of streets. Ahmedabad streets are not at all pedestrian friendly. While we have all been abroad, they're very pedestrian friendly streets. Actually, if you look at it, and this is takes a little bit of attention, the way our cities in India use land, it is very, very poor. If you look at center of Ahmedabad, like many cities, in this area, the buildings cover only 21% of the ground. The streets cover 23%. So where is the remaining 56% gone? Well, all of it is gone in the wastage of land around buildings which is required because of our building regulations. If you take San Francisco, half the area is in streets and the other half is under buildings, as you can see here very clearly. You know, this is the buildings and the rest of it is all streets. That is why it doesn't seem congested. Well, Ahmedabad, if you look at this city center area, has a very low FSI of 1, and it has only 22% area in streets, and it has only 6% ground cover. So we have to change this. We have to make this different. Why can't Indian cities be like these cities, or the cities that we see here, which have a lot of floor space, a lot of infrastructure, and also well serviced? Well, the plan of Ahmedabad to tackle this challenge is as follows. The FSI of Ahmedabad was first increased. In fact, it was tripled from 1.8 to 5.4. Not only in the center, but along all transit corridors, it was tripled. This is in keeping with cities like Seoul, where you have high FSI along transit corridors, or like Curitiba, where also you have high FSI. But increasing FSI is easy. That requires only writing on regulations. The challenge is to ensure that allowing more development does not stress our infrastructure, and more congestion does not result, and you actually don't lower productivity. So what is the plan that has been made? Well, actually, Ahmedabad wants to take this area. The FSI is just 1, and it wants to turn it into an area like this. It wants to, actually quadruple the amount of FSI that is there, presently amount of floor space. And it wants to increase the area in streets from 22% to 40%. So how is this going to be done? Well, here, of course, you cannot wipe out all the buildings that are existing there in the middle of any city and then build some new streets and then build some new buildings. It doesn't work like that. Whatever we must do must respect property rights. It must be considered to be fair. It must be financially viable for developers, also for the development authority. It should be legally implementable, and it should be making lives of ordinary people better. So here's the concept. It goes like this. The first 3 steps are expanding land in the streets. How is it to be done? Well, this is the street network as present. Now let's focus in on one small area here. If you look here, this is what the buildings look like, and the ones on the river are going to come up later on. So the first thing that was done in the plan is to take such a block, and in this block, introduce very carefully a few streets in plan. Of course, nobody is going to appropriate the streets. Only when the buildings are redeveloped, the streets will be taken away. So nobody minds these streets being put into the plan. Once the buildings are redeveloped, the street network will improve. Then, taking these plots, there are setbacks decided. Now, these setbacks are different for the main street and the side streets. All of this land, the developer is told, you are not allowed to keep The developer does not mind this because the FSI for that area is given to him to use in the remaining plot. Here you get the remaining plot. Once you do this, over a 20-year period as the area gets redeveloped, this street network will become like this. And instead of 22, we'll have 40% of land area in streets. A small digression, let me explain. A street network is most important. Take San Francisco in 1939, it did not have many tall buildings, but it had a lot of proper streets planned out. Then, over time, they added a lot of floor space, and then the city could absorb all of that. Second point to keep in mind, cities redevelop over time. It takes a long time to build a city. New York grew very slowly from 1600 to the present times. These are pictures of it. You can see in 1876, nothing existed. Even now, it is being built and being added to. Urban infrastructure is not built at one go. When you look at Hong Kong like this today, and you look at the streets with so much infrastructure, and you see the skyline looks like this, it did not always look like this. At one point, it looked like this. And then it became this, and infrastructure was slowly added as you went along. This is what our cities have to do. San Francisco put its buildings and simultaneously built a metro, just in the way Ahmedabad is doing. City building is always a messy process, and our generation might not see the great cities India is going to have in the future, but we have to work towards those. Now, coming back, we were at this stage. Now, the next step is to define some simple building regulations. These are setbacks between plots, and that people are requested, are asked to keep open. The remaining entire area can be covered up by a building. And this is the height limit there. As a consequence, actually, if you were to use the full FSI, you would cover only the dark gray and the light gray area. Everybody will get a lot of chance to shape their buildings in the best possible way. Once this has been done, some more laws have been made to make the city look better. So, for example, all buildings have to be in a line, and there has to be arcades, like your Bombay arcades. Once that is done, we need resources. So, only some amount of the FSI is given free, the rest of it will have to be paid for, and that will give the resources. And those who cannot use will be able to sell their FSI to next door neighbors. When you add it all up, all the buildings will come here, and the rest of the buildings over 20, 30-year period will be added, and the whole area will be redeveloped. So an area that looks like this will become like this someday. Now we need a detailed plan. This was just the concept, so actually the whole place has been surveyed in detail, every building has been studied, street center lines have been worked out. These are all Sarkari plans with the force of law behind them. And then there are red lines drawn like this, every building is drawn like this, and permissions are given based on this. All the reasons are written down, all the areas have to be calculated because lots of FSI calculations, etc., for the street appropriations are necessary. Also, you need to visualize the future. And here is the visualization from the air. That's what we hope someday it will look like. And here's another visualization. But on the ground, you have to explain what the place will look like. And this is when the metro comes in and the rest of the street. Here's another view of the arcades. Here's another view along the riverfront. By the way, the riverfront visualizations were like this at one point. And here is on the river and the buildings next to it. Here's what you would see from the water on the river, and here's what you would see from the bridge. Actually, it will take a long time for this to come about. It will happen slowly. Today, the streets look like this. Nobody can believe that it will be one day you can put in a metro here, 1 or 2 buildings come up, some streets are put in, the trees grow, and slowly the place starts changing. The same sort of way, you get something like this, then you add some more. This is how cities transform over a period of time, and that's what we have to work towards. We must, of course, communicate this plan to a lot of people, so you must make models like this, and mark up the buildings, and then put a whole model together. And then this is exhibited in the Real Estate Development Fair of Ahmedabad, where ordinary people come, stand there, look at what is planned for the city, talk about it. They see large-scale visualizations here and here, and here. And this is a brochure done for the same thing. So I ask you a question, can the shape of downtown be like this? In 1980, the Ahmedabad river bed used to look like this. You can see the revolving restaurant there being constructed. Today, it looks like this, with lots of water and places here. At one point, then, in this place, some buildings will come up at the back, and some more will come up. In fact, one of them has already started, the first one that I showed you. This one has already started on the riverfront. The next will come up, and the next will come up. And eventually, Ahmedabad will have a different skyline. I think in 1680s, this is what Ahmedabad looked like. And this is a visualization. And that was 1866. Perhaps one day, this, on the other side of the river, it will look like this. Maybe in 2030, Ahmedabad will be like this. Thank you very much.